I'm City Manager John Deardoff, and welcome to another edition of Community Cafe, The Inside Dish. Today we're going to talk about the city's new recycling program that's set to kick off here in a couple of weeks. And my guest today is Don Rogers, the Sales and Operations Manager with Stutzman's Refuse Service. And Don, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I thought it'd be a good idea for us to just kind of talk to the citizens about the new program, as we are really in a couple of weeks going to kick that program off to our community. So let's start with the concept. And I know when you came to the City Council several months ago talking about the program, you talked about single stream recycling. And what does that really mean?
Well, the process now is the ability to have one cart that you can put all your recyclables in and not have to sort them at all. The nice thing about that is you don't have the bags, we don't have the curbside issues that come along with the Kansas winds and bags, but more than anything it helps to increase participation because of the ease of operation. Every step we've done in recycling moving forward from the old days of a drop-off center all the way up to now single stream, it's gotten easier. If all you have to do is open up the cart and put the recycled materials in it loose, it even makes it more simple at the curb. And participations, our early signs are it's already increased 50% over the people that had originally been using the Blue Bag program. And
really, under the Blue Bag program, for me, it seemed like a pretty easy program, and we've been under that program for some time, and this new concept just really makes it simple.
Right. The equipment that we were able to install puts that burden of responsibility on us for the sorting with automation, which will allow us then one single truck, one single compartment, so the cost of that type equipment goes down to be able to pick that up. So as you see the trucks running around, you're really not going to know it's a recycling truck based on a garbage truck, although one of them will be dumping brown colored carts while the city refuse trucks will be picking up the green carts.
Well, again, a couple months ago when you were at the City Council meeting, you shared with the council the investment that Stutzman's has made for this program, which wasn't a cheap investment to be ready for single stream recycling, and talk about what's all happened at your facility.
Well, it's been kind of exciting. The biggest obviously is the investment. We have probably about $1 million, about $900,000 in equipment, and probably another $100,000 in facility and setting that facility up in order to handle it. It basically, again, puts that responsibility back on us to sort that material, and it's just a long process where it all goes in loose at one end. By the time it comes out, the 9 conveyors at the other end, it's sorted into the different materials that we accept in that program. We had to modify the facility, add on to that facility, and make some of the equipment so it would tweak it to fit our particular type of recycling. Very unique to our program here in Hutchinson is the ability to take glass. And in doing that, it arises some problems and also gives us some positives. The positives being glass is one of the hardest things to decompose in a landfill, so we want to keep that out. 400 years for a glass bottle, if you put it in today, it'll still be like that in 400 years. So we had to tweak the program and wait for the equipment to catch up to the technology that was available in order to put that equipment in. I think a year ago you asked me at one of the council meetings, are we ever going to be able to do something different in the recycling arena with carts? And the answer at that point was no. The equipment, maybe 2 years ago, really wasn't available. So we have gotten to that point now to be able to invest in that equipment, install that equipment, and as of November 15th, I think was our first day, we turned the switch and watched it go.
Yeah, I just think we're really fortunate as a community to have Stutzman's and willing to make that kind of investment, because we really do kind of stand out in terms of recycling centers, you know, around the state of Kansas and probably in this region.
Well, and I think that's good for the viewers to understand that Hutchinson has been the leader in recycling in Kansas for more than 15 years. Our councils and administration and staff has supported recycling for that period of time, so we are the leaders in that. So it only makes sense that we as a recycling company continue to keep up with that step and put us a step ahead. We are the only recycling single stream processing facility in Kansas to this date, so I'm sure there'll be others that will be added. We are processing materials from other communities that are bringing their materials to us in single stream form now. So again, we're on the map because of the foresight that the city leaders had years ago with recycling.
That's just great. Let's kind of go to the basics as to how this new program will work. I mean, there's a lot of interest, and I've heard a lot of interest in the community. Maybe not everybody has all the facts, but let's just talk about, you know, from the brown carts, all in one, to the days of pickup, and just how this program is physically going to
Well,
work.
the very first thing we have to do, and right now you need to sign up if you haven't already. There was a form that was sent out in the bills that we'd like to see that you sent back in. If not, you can call our office or call the city clerk's office, and they'll take care of signing you up. That'd be the first step, is to get signed up in order to get one of those carts that'll be starting to be delivered in February. The second process to that is that cart will be picked up on the same schedule as the city maps that we have published every year that went out in the December bills. And those maps basically show the every other week that cart will be picked up. The cart will be picked up in the same location that your trash cart's picked up, so they can be somewhat side by side, just leave a little bit of room between them for the automated trucks to be able to grab them. So you got yourself signed up, you've got a cart that'll be delivered, you've got your calendar of the dates you're going to be using to put it out. The only other thing would be, what can I put in it? And we want everything in it loose. We don't need the bags in it. In fact, bags are a problem for the new automated equipment, so we ask that you keep the bags out. If you do have some bags, there are places you can dispose of those and get those recycled with Dillon's and Walmart's right here in town. So we've signed up, we've delivered the cart, we've got the cart out for pickup, and the materials that you can put it are basically anything in the realm of paper. You can put anything in it from plastics now. This is something new in this program. We're taking containerized plastics from 1 all the way to 7. If you recall, the last time we did this interview, we were on 1s and 2s only. The market's changed a little bit. The automated equipment's helping that, so we can now take 1 through 7. So that'll be an addition. Of course, aluminum, tin, and then glass is also included. So it's a pretty wide range of materials. We just ask that you put all those things in it loose.
Great. You know, and the best thing about this program, I'm going to ask you this question, is what's it cost?
Well, right now it doesn't cost anything. It's part of the services that we're providing for the city and our city contract, and through some negotiations with staff and yourself and the commission, we were able to come up with a program that's going to work for everyone.
And I think that's just a great opportunity for us to take another step in the recycling world. Now, you talked a little bit about the things that you can recycle. There are some things, and maybe you touched on that you won't take, and let's just be clear on the things that you don't want in those carts again.
Well, of course, we don't want to use the negatives, but there are a few things we've learned since we've been operating the plant. One of the downfalls to the automated system taking glass is that the small little pieces of shredded paper that somebody may put in from their home shredder that